Hello! Welcome! Hello, Kangafango! Will is 1961, yes. Soon indeed is a rather wibbly-wobbly concept of time. Yes. It may load faster if you reverse the polarity of the flux capacitor. Reverse the polarity of the flux capacitor. Why not route the lightning into the neutron flow while you're at it? Indeedly-diddly-do. Indeed-do, rather. So, this is where we're at. Basically, last time, built a bunch of stuff there, built a bunch of stuff over here, mostly the tracks, started the layout of this food processing plant. We're going to, so this over here is going to be the grain unloading, well, actually no, which way around does it need to go, because the grain doesn't go here, the flour goes here. So this is going to be the flour unloading, area. And then over here is the general goods, aka food, loading area, and a little bit of sugar unloading as well. So, hold on, I did. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. I thought I'd clicked the button. Apparently I hadn't clicked it properly. My mistake. So, thank you for letting me know. So yeah, this is what we built last time. The tracks. This over here will be the flour unloading. This is the general goods, aka food loading / sugar unloading area. Just a little bit of sugar. And we've got a couple of sidings here. 3 sidings I think should be enough of this length. We've got the runaround track, we've got the little shed for a switcher if we are going to have one here, and the water tower is located on the main line by the station in case we need that here. Now, did I already convert these to 5-meter grids? I don't think so. But let's do that. Well, let's... Again, I'm thinking about how I want to do this. Let's do the terrain first, the terraforming around here, and then I'll put down some of the roads. So some of the main roads going over here, so then we can see how this layout is going to look a little bit more detail. That's what I mean. Okay, so I kind of want this to come over here. Actually, do I want it to be this way around? No, that's too far in there. I want there to be a big hill between these. That's kind of splitting the tracks like that. Happy June, yes. June 2022. Okay, so just something akin to this. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just wanted to get a bit of a better idea of what this place will look like when it's finished. Also, good news. It looks like Emi2 will be able to join us for Minecraft. At least some of the time. I don't know if she'll be able to make it all the time, but some of the time. And with that, we're probably going to, we're probably going to start out at least start out with a vanilla, 1.18.2 vanilla, with the wonderful John Smith Legacy Resource Pack. It is beautiful. Which, because with the mods, in the first episode it was fine lag-wise, but in the second one, we had some quite severe lag issues in the end, and not that I mention just the end of the stream, So we would have to modify the mods list anyway, and I don't think Emichu's played in a while. So yeah, plus it has the benefit of having all of the technical improvements that Minecraft has undergone since 1.12.2. So most notably things like bubble elevators, so bubble columns, and a lot of other technical stuff. Yeah, like observers, I don't think are in the old version either. Yeah, the nether biomes as well. And of course the wonderful new terrain generation with those realistic looking mountains and sloping hills and things like that. I think this is probably good. Although, why would it go around this big of a bend? Maybe I can change that so this isn't, so the tracks aren't going around quite as sharp a curve, but more straight like that, so that they're going along the route like this. Wait, what? That is good news. Gotta say, I can't wait for Monday. Yep, aquatic. Update aquatic, yes. The fish that actually swim around in the oceans and the coral with the oceans actually feeling alive. Yes, 1.18.2. I think parrots are already in the game at this point. Hold on, I think parrots were added much earlier. One moment. Yeah, 1.18.2 is the most up-to-date version of Minecraft. The next version, 1.19, is going to release in 6 days, but we won't be using that just yet because we want to wait for them to iron out some of the bugs and release some patches before we switch over. Where is it? March 2017. 2017, really? That's when they were... Oh, 1.12 was the update in which they were released. Really? They've been in the game only since 2017? I guess that is 5 years. Huh. That's a long time. That surprised me. I think that's going to be quite nice. And then maybe having a little bit of farmland up here, just a little bit. Or maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that might look good. Just a few fields going down this valley a little bit. Still keeping it quite narrow, quite mountainous, but a bit there. But we'll be keeping the game routes as they were before, right? No, yeah, yes, yeah. So actually, just so I can visualize this a bit better, because the tracks are disappearing as we're going away because of the lodding, I'm going to paint the ballast underneath the tracks. That should help. Oh yeah, TRS 2022 or TRS 22 released today. I don't have it yet, and it's probably going to be a while before I can get it, but that is really good. Actually, I'm going to have to upgrade these to 5 meter before I do any more painting. Do you have a complete mod list for this version that you will be using? The plan is to start out with vanilla Minecraft, so no mods, except for a few data packs, which aren't quite mods, but they are modifications. So just a few minor things. But that doesn't mean that it won't be technical. I plan to do quite a bit of redstone contraptions and things like that, and to use a lot of the technical aspects of the game. But yeah, no mods, at least for the beginning. Plus, one reason is that it's been a while since MHU has played, and it's probably better to start out without the additional content of mods. The second reason is that the website that I'm using to host the server on, I've literally only created an account there yesterday and tested to see whether it works. I don't know much about how the website runs and how performance efficient it is, because for the free plan, which I currently have there, it has a maximum amount of RAM for the server, which is 1024 megabytes of RAM, which I don't know how much that is going to be. If we can do mods using that website, if we can install mods, which I think we should be able to, then that might be an issue. So before getting into any of those potential issues, I just want to start with vanilla and see how things go from there. But yeah, it should still be very interesting with lots of technical stuff and things like that. Because in the more Minecraft versions they make, the more technical possibilities they add. Like, for example, in the most recent update that's going to release in 6 days, they finally added a form of wireless redstone where it's done using vibrations, using sound. So a thing can pick up a sound and then transmit that to another thing, which then sends out a redstone signal. And that just will, again, add so many more possibilities. Okay, so that is roughly how big this place is going to be. Now you can see the rough layout of the tracks, at least at that point. It has been years since I last played. Tried to log in the other day and had to merge my old account. Finally got on and couldn't remember how to do anything. Yeah, it was pretty much the same thing when I first started playing Minecraft again a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's fun. So yeah, that's the situation. Although it is going to be such great fun having Emichu there. At least you got a free cape out of it. Yes. If you've upgraded if you had a Mojang account and have upgraded it to a Microsoft account, then you get a free cape, which you can activate in the launcher in your skins tab. 1.20, 1.19 wild, 1.20 fossils in archaeology. If they did that, that would be amazing. That's too speculative. Minecarts. The cape clashes with the rest of my attire. Ah, I see. I wonder what your Minecraft skin is. I think the cape fits quite well with my pumpkin man thing. Kind of looks a bit like a superhero. Anyway, just pumpkin man to the rescue with a cape and everything. Fair. Yes. Glad you like it. Yes. I do really like it. Okay, so I'm quite happy with this. Maybe add a little bit of a hill in here. You just bring just adding a gentle slope here, just so it's not as flat. We can still have a little bit of, just a little field over here. Something like that, just to make this feel a little bit more realistic. A little bit more. Like that. Good, good. And that will then also indicate that there's a bit of a larger area, like population area, where we're making it a little bit more realistic that there would be a food processing plant here. So it's not just some village in the mountains. Which also sounds like a horror film, now that I think about it. Yep, I agree. Matches my human for flat guy. I don't think that you ever shared what that character looks like, but I went for the explorer, or is it own design or is it established character? I went for the explorer, adventurer, archaeologist, historian look. Ah. That is interesting. Does your character have a monocle? But yeah, the worlds in 1.18, the Caves and Cliffs update, they've overhauled so much of the generation, where you've got all sorts of different, we've got, well, several different cave biomes as well, and you have that wonderful mountain generation things. So, is it Captain Spaulding? Haha! Captain Spaulding, the African explorer. Since I'm originally from India, I thought it was appropriate. Ah! I see. I know you said Indiana. It's a joke. Right. So, let's see. Yeah, having a little bit of an embankment there can work. We don't really have many embankments. Well, there are some in the flat lands. A lot of that is in an embankment, but having a bit of an embankment here, I think would work quite well. And if we have an embankment here, then actually having a little bridge that the tracks go over might be good for the road to go underneath, I mean. This is embankment. Change here for the circle, Hammersmith and City, and district lines. Please, take your... And that's just where the announcement ends. It's just where it ends. Ugh! or rather, Yug. 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 Okay, so Waters Bridge. Well, I suppose I should probably go down, well, actually down here and see what sort of bridge, because I did have a bridge over here. I think that was the FMA bridge, or... actually, no, there's a different one. Hold on. No, it is an one of those ones. Maybe one of these ones would look good. If I can manage to find it to click on. Oh, that's the wrong branch. Hold on. Over here. I think this one's a bit too wide. Yeah, let's see. That's 12 meter. These ones are 6 meter embankment. Ah, no, that's not what I want. Those are banks, not bridges. Maybe this one. What these ones look like. Actually, maybe if I have one with some larger arches, or maybe even this one. If I just have it like that. Although that does seem quite low. I'll have to get the measuring stick out. What do the other ones look like? No. Nah. Max headroom, yes I know. I get the reference also, of course. Ah, now that one might look good. Actually, hold on, I need to put on my no payware filter. Because I think some of these assets might be payware. Or maybe not. Actually, yeah, that's a good bridge. That would be an interesting name, Good Bridge. But then we're going to need the rails only track for this. Which is okay because this is on a straight, so it should be quite straightforward to replace. Yeah, actually that's probably good. Although I probably need a... Actually, you know what? Let's put in abutments. See, I am learning. Somewhat. Goodbridge UK. Okay, so now what would it look like if I made the bridge begin there? If I can, there we go. There we go. I need to pull it in a little bit more. Also, it looks like this is a seasonal asset, which is interesting. Actually, what's this thing's rotation? 43, okay. Something like that should be fine. Ish, hold on. There we go. How far does this need to go out? Probably something like so. Fish? Probably not. Also, yes, I realize that there is currently a pillar, bridge support, right in the middle of the road. I've not missed that. If I put in a spline put, and no, that doesn't work. What if I put in one here and one there? Okay, that will probably work. So something like that. Although I should probably measure these distances. So from there to there. I've got the middle here, so then just going to take this out to there, then I'll delete the other one. So then I've got something, oops, that's not what I want to delete. I want to delete the other one. There we go. So now I've got a bit of a point of reference as to where I need to click, although the fact that these are... Actually, is that right? It is right, actually. Okay. So if I click there... And then if I click there, that should be roughly evenly spaced. And then I can have the road in the middle. Next, I need to replace the tracks. Going over the bit of this bit with the tracks only spline. But first I need to make sure that this is all straightened. I think that's straightened. Yes. And then I need to put another spline point right in here. There we go. And make sure this is straightened. Is that straightened? Good. There we go. Don't forget to check the clearance height. I won't. Thank you, though. So, did I thought I already used a... Did I use a tracks only spline somewhere on this map? I don't know. Maybe not. Well, rails. Let's look for rail. Although actually, what is this one? Actually, that one that I just found doesn't look too bad. Just like that. Actually, that fits quite nicely. Oh yes, in the big city. Share it. In the big city on street bits. I think that was just the normal tracks sunken into the ground. But I can check. Nope, that is just the normal track sunken into the ground. Is there any bridge track? What do you mean by bridge track? What would that be specifically? That does also already match. There we go. Actually, yes, now I can delete the rulers. With ties and guardrails. Guardrails I can place manually, and this already has these bars going across, if that's what you mean. Like there is... Nah. Or do you mean this sort of thing? Although that's narrow gauge, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that's narrow gauge. No, the lower one is just dirt. Bridge guard. Yeah, something like that. That doesn't quite look right because it's going uphill. Now those are crossing stuff. I can look in the DLS, see if I can find something. Maybe that could work. I don't know. This is... Yeah, there was, but that was a narrow gauge one. At least the one that I had spotted. I can place these objects over the top. Hold on. I can place them over the top like this. Hold on, let me just do that. Bit easier. Like that, and then then the other object is the end bit. So I can have it like this. Oops. Like that, with these being fastened to those metal bars going across like that. You need a deck and ties in there. Those supports are too far apart to support the weight of a locomotive. I mean, if it's... I'll have another look. Oops. Spline. Oops. Sleep her like that. Maybe that could work. Old sleepers. Sleeper. Old sleepers. I'll have to position them correctly. Is that enough, or is that seems like it's a bit too flimsy? Yeah, I don't think that would help much. Like that? Maybe? There was one in that list that looked like bridge ties. Yeah, there was one, but I think that one was narrow gauge. The one that I used before. Those usually close together. I recommend going with redwood sleeper spine. Have two spines? One on top of the other? I could have that. What do you mean redwood sleeper splines? Oh, you mean this one? Ah, actually, yeah, I can check that. I hadn't spotted that before. Ah, is that what you meant? This one? Oh, there we go. I thought that was a complete bridge asset because of the way that it looked on the thumbnail. I didn't even register that as probably just a spline like that. Yeah, I think that will look much better. Ah, yes. That does look better. Thank you. Oh, yeah, we don't need that anymore. Much better, yes, you're right. It does look much better. Now, for the clearance. I need to get the... Is it called a guide, I think? Or is it called a ruler? Maybe it might be a ruler. A ruler. No, not Henry the 1500th. Vertical. It's, as for clearance, we have... about a 20... Actually, pretty exactly a 20-foot clearance. Does that strike you as reasonable? I think that's reasonable. Yeah, so there's OC+2. Looks like a proper bridge. It does. That means a lot coming from you. Plenty of clearance, yes. Okay, so in that case, I will quickly make these fixed height spline points. And these are just the main roads. I do want to have some smaller secondary roads going through here as well. Don't even need warning signs for that clearance. Well, that's what I aim for. A need to not have to warn someone. Okay, so... Okay, at this point, I would like the road to take a curve like that. And actually, you know what? I'll put some... I'll make these curves look a bit better because those don't look great. That looks much better. That looks much better. Now over here. That is good. But the height isn't great yet, so let's fix that. And then I want this road to just parallel the tracks as they continue down further along this valley. And then we can have some fields on the left here. Actually, maybe that's a bit far away. Yeah, you'd probably, ideally, you would use more of that space if it's available to you. So actually having it like that, then have it follow along relatively closely like that is probably a better idea. Looks like I might need 2 spline points in here. I'm looking forward to Monday so much. Hopefully it all works out on Monday. There hasn't been confirmation for this Monday yet, but hopefully it works out. Excellent. As they mosey off into the sunset together. Yes. As they mosey off. I don't think I've ever seriously used that word. Me too. Wait, you're moseying off into the sunset as well? What? Hopefully. Okay, then I can have the asphalt. And that's the wrong one. I can have the asphalt road leading to the factory from that point. The word is yet to escape my mouth. Holding it prisoner, are you? Okay. Where do I want this coming off? I think here looks good. And then this can come around a bend like that. And then connect up here somewhere. And that's the road that trucks and things will take. I really like how this area is turning out. You must be suffering from lockjaw. That does not sound pleasant. Hold on, let me see. Jaw. Hello, VGR, welcome. There we are. Yeah, if you're suffering from these, that is not a pleasant thought. Oh wait, those are trap jaw ants. Oh. Hello, welcome. So, let's get started putting down some buildings. I want to go. Let's go down to the city to get some warehouses / loading things. Well, you said the word could not escape your mouth. What's wrong about ants? At least they're useful, unlike wasps. Well, there's nothing wrong about ants. I like them. It's just if you're suffering from them, then by definition something is wrong, because otherwise you wouldn't be suffering. So, actually that might look quite nice. I said it's yet to escape my mouth, not that it couldn't escape my mouth. Also, I'm already hating the entire month of June. Hey, that is not fair. June hasn't had a proper chance yet. Doctor is an old slang term for tetanus. Lockjaw. Old slang term. Yeah, I had not heard that. I had heard the word lockjaw, but I didn't know that it was a term for that. I quite like them. Whenever I'm out and I see one, I think, oh, look, there's a rainbow. Sometimes you see double ones. I like the double ones as well. Okay, so let's get one of those grates to unload the flour. Because I assume that's how it would be done with those cars. Probably in a room where the dust wouldn't be too extreme, though. Actually, let's have a look. Maybe I can find some images. Oh, I see. One moment. So here, it looks like it gets attached to hoses, and the hoses then vacuum up the flour, which I suppose is it's a good way of doing it. So actually placing down some of those liquid unloading pipe things, those pumps, might be more accurate than just putting down a grid underneath. If that is how it was done at the time as well. I mean, with grain, I think you can just dump it, probably. but with flour might not be a good idea. How did they get a digger up there? No. Or excavator, if you will. Okay, so in that case, I am not going to use this. Instead, I'm going to look for pump. Ah, yes, this is what I need, a pumpkin spline. No. Hoist it up with a great big crane, and then they tore off the caterpillar tracks. How dare they? Wait, didn't I have something like that on... by the diesel fueling thing in the yard down in the big city? Ah, maybe something like that. That would probably work. Oh, you got banned. Alright, I'm going to sleep. Wake me up when July starts. Oh. No, the other type of rainbows. Oh, the other... oh, I see. That is a complicated subject that I'm not willing to comment on at the moment. But yeah, for me, a rainbow, when people talk about rainbows, I think of actual rainbows. I don't really associate that much. And blotted it down. Sure it is. Right, yes. I'm sure you'll be enoughly exposed to pumpkins on Monday. Got banned from 5 Discord servers alone today. Yeah, well, I don't know the details, and I don't really want to know the details. Trainz is normally further processed into food grade flour. Flour is already processed and considered food grade. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Next, any reason? Yeah. Let's move the topic before Shredder gets the hammer. Or the pickaxe. Shovel? Yeah. Okay, so I probably want some sort of either a concrete... I think maybe a concrete slab along here might look quite good. Or cement. Actually, no, I don't have cement. You associate them with leprechauns and pots of gold. Maybe something like that. No, not like that. Hold on. Let's see. But hey, I'm base, that's what matters. Or floods and arcs. Ah, there was an interesting talk by a man named Arvin Finkel from the British Museum about cuneiform and Noah's Ark, and how they actually found what appears to be a recipe, like a manual for how to build one. They found on some cuneiform tablets in the library of Ashurbanipal. That is worth a watch. I'm not sure which I like better. I think you've already talked about this before. I think so too, yeah. It looks okay. This one. Maybe. I should probably look for beton as well, because I think there might be some of those. Although maybe that one, the pattern's repeating too much. How wide is that compared to the other one? Actually, that's pretty much the same width, and I prefer this one. 100 meters, no. That is also 100 meters, also no. 15, no, 20, 75, no. Almost gone through the list. Almost. No. Ah, this one might look quite good. Ground, textures, plain concrete. Maybe. I'll leave it over here for now. What do the other ones look like in that list? Oh, basically it's just narrower. Yeah, okay. Ah, that one might be the one that's a good one. That's bright, like the one that I want, but it doesn't repeat as much as the other one. Let's talk about rainbows. What is that one? Oh, it's a Google ad. Alright. Maybe something like that could work as well. No, I prefer the other one. That is too uniform a color. Ooh, that one might look quite nice. Almost through the list. Commercial bakery. I will do. I don't really use the term bakery much myself. I don't know why. You mean this asset? Oh, I've got two. One's bigger than the other one. Oh, is that nameable? Yes, it is. It is nameable. Nice. Maybe it's two separate words? The two name searches. Or is this the asset you meant? So what do you have here? We've got what looks like a truck loading dock. Got some tanks, another loading dock, blank walls, and we've got what looks like the front with some silos on the side. Let's first pick a thing. I like this one. Let's use this one. Yes, there is one with a track. Oh, is it the other one then with the track? Oh, it's probably this one then. Or is that the old one? Ah, this one has a track. And this one has... Oh, so that everything unloads through this track, I see. Flour bag pallet, sugar bag pallet, shorting box pallet. Yeah, this has a lot of cookies boxed on pallet. A lot of stuff for it. But if I'm using the hoppers, the hopper cars, covered hoppers, to transport the flour, then according to the pictures that I looked at, they used hoses to unload them, to suck it out. So I think maybe if I used these assets but made my custom unloading station for it, that might be a good idea. Maybe. So you mean that I use... Oh, so you mean like this? So you mean turned around like that and connect the track up like this? Maybe. Although I might have to put some ivy or something around it, because those walls do look a little, the pattern looks a little repetitive. Which incidentally, the Minecraft mod, the resource pack, John Smith Legacy, that I found, that we're going to be using, has a lot of textures where the texture is a lot of variance of textures. It's dependent on world location of the block. So that if you, for example, build a wall like this full of bricks, then the textures on the blocks will be slightly different in some of them, so you don't get this repetitive look. It's actually very well made. It's the same with flowers as well. Like there are like 4 or 5 different kinds of most flowers, so that if you have a whole bunch. Basically, Doctor continued. I don't know the relation exactly, but it's something like that. Okay, and then we can set this up later. I'll have to put this on the temp block layer. Oh! Ahem. You saw nothing. Exclamation mark 1. Well, guess I've got to find that other asset. Again. Yeah, that one. Actually, if I move it into the ground slightly, that will probably look better. One moment. There we go. Oops. Okay, and then let's raise this up slightly. There we are. Now let's place down some of these hoppers to see. Oh yeah, it's of course the layers. It's on temp locked, which of course is locked. Actually, yeah, having three of them fit on quite nicely. I'll probably extend this a little bit. Ah, look! Look, you've got those caps on here for the hoses to fit on. Ah, that's clever. And look, I even realized myself that the way that I was originally planning on doing it wasn't really how that works. Okay, so yes. If I go over to this layer, can I copy and paste? That's a bit wonky, but at least it's got the right height. So actually, if I'd go here, then I do add. If I just one moment. That's not quite straight. One moment. There we go. So if I do one, so how many do these have? These have three. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now I should already have these with the right rotation and the right, well, the right height. Most importantly, so the rotation I can change slightly just to make them feel a bit different, but I do want to line them up with the places where they would connect to. Is that close enough? I think that's close enough. And then if I have a concrete walkway or something, no, not like that, a concrete walkway up to here, then the pipes that these are connected to can probably just be underground to those, go underground to those silos, so I won't have to worry about those. Okay. Ahem. Right. This just seems a little short. Oh, I suppose it's okay. Well, there aren't... What I mean, it looks a bit thin for flour. Plus, I don't think that I have any other ones anyway, so... Look, even the brake hose is connected underneath. Anyway, so that's good. Let's put down that Maybe we have an L-shaped pipe coming out of the ground into a tall building beside the silos. L-shaped? You mean... You mean coming out like that and then turning off into this? So like that you mean? Well, if the flour is dry, then it wouldn't really get clogged up. Up from ground with 90 degrees bend into building. Let's see. Maybe something like that. But with these... Well, up from ground, how do you mean? Do you mean like just coming out of the ground? Do you mean just like that? Because that doesn't look that great to me, plus this asset doesn't work that well for that. What do you mean maybe if it went into the platform? Do you mean like that? But that... No, underground from unloading platform, then out of ground next to the building. I can't quite picture what you mean. Oh, do you mean coming out of here vertically and then turning in? So it comes out vertically from the ground and then goes into the building. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I thought you meant L-shaped, looking from top to bottom, from top down, not from the side, but that makes sense. Let's see if I can find an asset that would work for that. Although we might have to offer it a bit more money. Industrial, no, not an industrial pipe. Seems a bit wide, but we'll see. Yeah, with splines you can't really have them go vertically that easily. Although, maybe. I can't have it be completely vertical, but maybe something like that. I'll look up that asset. One moment. Ah, this one. Industrial pipe 1. Ah. That is, I think, a bit too big. Unless maybe I can put that... No, that's a bit too large. Although there are other bend objects. That's too small. What would one of these ones look like? Is that's 0.1. Ah, this one might work. Or maybe one of these ones. Yeah, that one's actually got really quite a good color for it. Holding shift to turn it like this, by the way. Not all objects allow this. And then maybe there is actually a pipe that goes with this. Look for pipe 0.5. No, I don't have anything installed. That name. This is a bit difficult to line up. Although that might not be too terrible. Not quite sure about the colors though. I mean, plus that's not completely vertical. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too great either, but it's just really difficult to line up. Yeah. Oh, there's another asset. Let's see. Let's see what this is. Ah, that is... Yeah, that's a set of these pipes like that. Bit too big. Sink it into the ground. Yeah, but still, if I sink it into the ground, it's still a set of these pipes, unless... I mean, to me that looks like it's a bit, probably going to be a bit too much. Plus they're gonna go out through that other side there, unless I have them some like that, because they're so long. What do you think? Maybe. But they still poke out this side. I don't know. Not convinced. I think I want to see, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfectly aligned. You tilt the set of pipes? I don't see what that would change. Maybe it would be easier just rotating this bit slightly. Just like that. I mean, shadow's missing. What do you mean? Yeah, but that's just because I've got my shadows turned down to low. Hello, Mr. Snipes, welcome! The longer ends go into the ground. Maybe. Although no, looking on this picture over here, it looks like it's probably it's probably got the same length on both sides. Actually, maybe not. Let's see. Nope, cannot roll them. Yes, like an aeroplane with a big mustache. Do you mean me? Anyway, we can detail this more later. I want to get more of the broad strokes done. It's so easy to get caught up in these little details when that's not really the stage of the project that you're currently at. So, I think the small pipe fits better to the diameter of the hose by the platform. Do you mean this pipe then? Okay, so let's see what sort of ground do I want. I've been unhealthily playing lots of Flight Sim stuff recently. I had literally just come off a stream and heard you say yes, just like that, or something similar, and chimed in. All right. The only flight simulator that... Oh. Laterally. I had laterally just come into... Alright, lateral. Yeah. Yeah, the only flight sim that I really play that I enjoy is KSP, because you can build stuff and you've got rockets and it's creative in that way. I know, I get it. Mm-hmm. And I do want to have more parts of KSP, but at the moment, MISC is going to be mostly Minecraft, which means that Minecraft with Kango and Emichu as well soon. But that means that Train Simulator is going to have to wait a while, unless I can do Train Simulator on another day, but I don't really know about that. Is that too large a space for parking for this sort of sized industry? I suppose it's quite a sizable thing. Plus we can have some trucks over here as well. Yeah, the only games in which I've flown airplanes are KSP, Stormworks a bit, but the game doesn't work probably for me. Gary's Mod and Farming Simulator 2011. Well, and Trainz, yes. Okay, and over here, would the texture look good? I think it looks okay. But the stones are a bit large. Although if you're over here with the loco, it doesn't really look that large. Well, think of like Trainz with all the knobs and doodads, only you learn to push buttons and pull levers to make something fly instead of roll down the rails. Yeah. That sort of thing I do really enjoy. And in one of my games that I've started prototyping, I've had to stop because of time issues, but I am prototyping has quite a bit of that, and it's multiplayer as well. It is top down and it's space related, and it's gonna be quite good fun once it's actually got some stuff to it. At the moment I would say it's a half finished prototype-ish, maybe more like a third finished prototype. I recommend the possible use of gravel paths blind from the platform to throw. Maybe, but I would also like to have some maybe a car or something parked along here. Is it XRT remastered? No. I know, it's a joke. I get it. This parking area looks a bit too large. I think I need to cut that back a little bit. Six-axer. Haha, I haven't thought about that game for a while. Maybe something like this, and we can have another small building here, maybe. Finally got to play a bit of Living Art. Oh, I see. I hope you haven't gotten stuck anywhere. If you have any issues with it, please just contact me on Discord or whatever, and we can sort through things. If you have any issues. Oh, I've been stuck. Oh, I see. Good. Yeah, Kango wanted to do a walkthrough and upload it to his YouTube channel, but that hasn't really been... there have been technical issues with that, but that is a thing that Kango wants to do as well. What are you stuck with, if I may ask? If you are currently stuck with something? I think I should probably get down to the city and find a warehouse from there. That might be easier. The start of the game, getting out of the room set me up for what to expect next. Start of the game, getting out of the room, set me up for what to expect next. You mean with the double jump, the air jump thing, or you mean where the ceiling, where you can go up through the ceiling, where there's no wall on the ceiling? Because one guy did it was difficult to get out of the beginning room. Ah, right, yeah. I see. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but yeah. Yes, learning to air jump took a moment. Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, you are going to need that ability throughout the game, so that's why I put a little platforming thing in the first room to have an area where you can learn to do it and try again without it taking a long time, and then once you've managed to get past that, then you can continue over to the next area of the game where you will again need those abilities. But yeah, if you do ever really get stuck somewhere, just contact me and I'll help. Actually, this building looks quite nice. Being chased by security and learning to do it would be no bueno. Yes, exactly. That would not be good. I remember the time there were question marks over the game. Yeah. Actually, I quite like that there. Not sure if I need this building here or not. Probably not. Although I do think I needed another texture to mix in with these, because these do still look a bit too repeating, like they're repeating too much. That looks better. Maybe I can have a little green strip in the center, like that. I don't know if that would be really realistic for such an area, but it looks like it might break this area up a little bit more. Oh, another asset. Let's have a look. Oh, that. Actually, let's just look for the KUID here. And they fixed it so that I can actually type in colons in this UI. Ah, now that looks promising. That is great. That is a great asset for this. Thank you very much. That fits perfectly. If I can actually align it properly. One moment. Let me just go into flying camera. That's probably going to be a bit easier. Just do the elbow. Just do the elbow by itself. Oh, you mean without the splines? So you mean it's just... Oh. Actually, that's going to be even easier. Yes, you're right. Although it is floating in the air now. I suppose that's good. No. No. There we are. Such a simple solution. You'd think it's part of the actual asset. More to the right side. Oh, you mean closer to where the silos are? Maybe more like there? Is that the tube the cabbages roll through? That is the tube that the flour gets pumped through, because the flour... this is a food processing plant. By the way, if you didn't know, we're working up here on the last branch of the mountain area of the railroad. Put 3 of them, since there are 3 car unloading sites. I suppose that makes sense. What rotation is this? That is, well, 1668. One moment. 1667, that's fine. What height is that? Height 0? Yeah, that's height 0. That's not entirely centered. One moment. That looks almost right. Just one moment. I think that's good. Space them out? Maybe not. This is what I love about route building. All the little details one might take for granted if they didn't know how it was made. Yes, and Willis 1961 has been such a great help with this route ever since we started giving input. Just so many details that I just am not aware of that just add so much. And maybe concrete pad under them. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe I'd actually use the same spline. Moved down to the ground a bit, maybe. Willis is going to have to test my route and send me notes then. Well, Willis 1961 is in my Discord server. Username, what was it? Kyrene? Something like that. Ever since I dropped into geosynchronous orbit over Milton Valley. You're just in a satellite. Hold on. Actually, one moment. Where's the sun? There you go. Look, that's your satellite rising there. A bit strange for geosynchronous orbit, considering that literally means that it wouldn't be moving above. It would just be stationary, geostationary orbit. But yeah, they broke the sun in Service Pack 5 a bit. Yeah. Kyrie, there we go. Yes. That's no moon. True. Actually, I want to get a few trees in here. Because I think that would add a lot to how this area feels. Hahaha, yes. But I thought it was Kyrie with a H. Unless it was changed? I don't know. That might be a bit too big. Maybe some shrubs could be better. I remember the time my girlfriend was mad at me that we missed the International Space Station flying past because I took too long tying my shoe. Aww. Which goes well. I retorted by saying she should have told me earlier instead of last minute. Yeah, that is the sort of thing that can go back and forth quite a lot, I feel. Maybe if I move them into the ground a bit. They do look a bit too large for this area. Because I don't think they would have planted the trees here. But maybe just having them growing out of the ground like that. Like big shrubs, basically. That might look a bit better. And then with another texture underneath as well. Like that, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to work with this area. Maybe if I just get the actual bush objects that I've used over here. Yeah, all of those. Do you have a hermit cabin on the route yet? Well, Willis 1961 has a place, just this, overlooking the lake. Don't mind the water reflections, I've turned them down for performance reasons since Service Pack 5 came around. But there's still a car here and it's connected with the main road down here. Old Cricket Jones, the recluse of the Milton Valley. Ah. They tell stories. And some of them are even quite good, yeah. Like the one time where he rescued a kitten out of a tree. As it turns out, the kitten wanted to be there, and it wanted to be in the tree. And after that, he became a recluse. Pretty sad story, actually. But sometimes the kitten still visits. Originally started with Kyrie, named after my old dog. Aww. But now the people started stealing the name on different servers, and I came up with alternate spellings over time. Ah. Yeah. Well. Sometimes you can find him at the intersection of Copper Road and Highway 9, selling old paper bags. Yeah. Only the strange thing is that if you go to Papelbond Town and go to the graveyard, there's actually already a tombstone there with his name on it. And it's got the date 1823 on it. Is the reference to something? I don't know. I do not know. Maybe have this area a little bit more muddied. Maybe we can have some old ties or things here. This texture. I remember this texture. Okay, you now need to make the Cricket Jones cabin. Sure. This one, why not? And I don't want to put it on the same road. Let's put it, it's got a whole legend to it. It has. Let's put it over here. Although that's too far away. People aren't really gonna see that unless it's on the map. Plus that's not really... Ooh, maybe somewhere over here by the canyon. Maybe up here in the woods. I don't want to spend too long building this because I want to make actual progress on the map. But these stories are important. Moment, I just need to find the other grass. Then maybe a little... I'll grab a little bit of a dirt road. Or maybe just a path, actually. Oops. There we go. My fingers were offset on the keyboard. TB path, why not? Yeah, I'm gonna have to add a few more spline points in there to smoothen that out a bit. But you're not really gonna look at this close up anyway. Probably. You want to make actual progress, eh? Then add a courtyard! Yes, because that is the thing by which we measure progress. How many courtyards does a society have? Cricket Jones cabin. There we go. If you're over here, you can see it a little bit. It's a bit out of the way. You can see it if you look over at just the right place. You can see it over there. Plus it shows up on the map. Cricket Jones cabin. The new town definitely needs one. It's just nice to roll by and know the legend behind it. Yes. Exactly. So, I love it. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. So, yes, muddy. I wanted to get a muddy texture. Forgot. Let's go back over here. Maybe like that texture. Oh, did you add river between the falls by the lake? Over here? No, not yet. I'll do that when I add all the grass plines and the different grass textures along this valley, because this area isn't quite finished yet. Sure, also, I'm not sure if you saw, but it's 21 message 47. All right, Kyrie, short for Valkyrie. Oh, Kerry, Valkyrie. A Newfoundland puppy that an old friend gave to me over 30 years ago. When I first started gaming online over 20 years ago, I used her name. Aww. And yeah, I had seen the message but not read it. But since I had already seen it, I had kind of already checked that off in my mind. Maybe add a bit of grass over some of these areas, just a tiny little bit. Actually, do I prefer it this way or the other way? I think I prefer it this way. Speaking of that, I might finally stream some more Trainz tomorrow after a pinch of UMZ2. If your computer can handle it, because I know that it's been known for going black, like the screen going black with Trainz. Not sure if it's been added yet. Yeah, it hasn't. It has not. Also, I do quickly want to connect this over here. I shall conduct some tests with it tomorrow. Nice. That's a bit too low. One moment. That's better. And since we've already got the track work, we've only got like 7 minutes. I know. Might as well put down the track set objects. Well, that's quite a long stretch. How many baseboards is that? Maybe having another siding in there might not be amiss. Might even make a surprise scenery object to place down on my map as well. We'll see. Ooh. You mean UMZ2 or Trainz? Actually, I want the yard ones. UMZ2. Aw, why not Trainz? Don't know how to scenery objects for Trainz yet. It's not that difficult. Yeah, there's still quite a lot to do here. Could go overtime? Maybe by a couple minutes, because I just want to finish I just want to put down the frogs and maybe the siding. I don't know, but I don't want to go overtime too much. I pretty much use variations of the name as my username everywhere. Willis961 is an email address named after an old truck I used to own. Ah. Oh yeah, I think you linked to that picture before sometime. I'd also add the forest texture to the northeast edge of the large lake. What do you mean? Do you mean here? This bit? But you don't see it. Unless you look on the map. Maybe. Yeah, true. That's the... Wait, that was the right one, wasn't it? Hold on. No, like that. Yes? No, like this. Hold on, I quickly need to look this. Have I really forgotten which way around these go? Okay, like that, I see. Yeah, right goes on the left side, of course. That's what it was. I can see it from my orbital satellite. Oh, right, well then I'll have to put that there. Right, is that the exact one? No, it looked similar. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some fine-tuning with the height tool to make sure that all these overlap properly. When I get my hands on this route, I'm going to make a regularly scheduled express called the Boyle Deck. It will be a breakfast time express train, bringing workers to the industries. Aw, that's nice. And yeah, we are making really good progress with this route. Like if I go back here, so if you look at the route this way, it's easier to see that way. So this is the mountainous half of the route. So this bit is done, and this bit is done, and this bit is almost done. Like I need to do the town and a bit of stuff along the valley where the grass is. But then this entire mountainous bit is finished with an asterisk, because I do need to update some of the scenery, but that won't take long. Then after this bit is done, there's only this branch to continue up here and down by the city over here, just a little bit there to a terminus, like that. And then the route is pretty much done. Yes, I need to add more tiles over here so that the mountains, you can't see the edge of them from behind and things like that, but it's... And the portals by the river. Yeah, over here. But yeah, it's just this bit. Yeah, so a little bit of scenery here in this little area. But then the route is done. So we're getting there. We are getting there. Fun fact, that was not a lie. The famous Red Pigeon Diner should be at the end of that branch. Red Pigeon Diner? What do you mean? Is that... With the dining car serving a full English, full Irish breakfast? Totally fictional. Ah, I see. I still need to do this one. But I blurt out things that come to my head. That's alright. Are those reversed? Something looks off. What do you mean? This is the way that I've pretty much always put them on. If there is something off, then I can update them at a later point. Okay, let's quickly see about the siding. Where would that go? Halfway along, pretty much. Actually, it would pretty much put it around this curve. But I don't really know if I would want to have it around this curve. Although I suppose that could look quite nice. But no, this just feels more isolated. Maybe over here, as it... although that's already quite close to the town. Maybe along this bit? That might work. Won't be a long one. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I remember many, many moons ago when you first started doing those, you had them backwards. Yes, I did. But then I think Slovak Eagle told me how to put them on properly. Yes. Sorry, what's this siding going to be used for again? Oh, it's just a passing loop, because I realized that it's actually, with the main line coming along down this way, and with it actually being two main lines that merge on here, I felt it necessary to have a passing loop here, especially since the next one down is all the way down here by the logging, where the timber is loaded into the truck, the cars. So that's roughly halfway along. It might be a bit short, that's the only thing. I suppose I should probably extend it a little bit more. Yeah, passing. Is that the right track? Yes. It's the rusty one. Yes, it's the right track asset. Actually, we might be able to use a bit of a retaining wall here. Depending how this looks. Yeah, it does look different from further away. Yeah, that doesn't look too safe, looking at that. I mean, a train might still make it over that safely, but I wouldn't want to ride on it. Watch out! Yeah. Wash out, not watch out. Well, both, I guess. But no, I want this to actually be useful, so... even though this looks realistic, if there's actually been a washout, I want this to be used in the sessions, so... I can't really leave it like this, unfortunately. Wow, that looks brutal. Yeah. Unfortunately, can't leave it like this. But maybe I can leave it a bit bumpy. If I take this and just smoothen it out a bit... why isn't this working? Hold on. There we go. That's working a bit better. Yeah, like that. See, it's still a tiny little bit bump. That's too much. That's too bumpy. Hold on. Hello, Willis961's message. I meant Serious Cow King, but I saw Willis1961's message, and so I saw the wrong thing. Slow order on that siding. It would be used gingerly like that. Yeah. Like, see here, it's still a little bit wonky. Like having a very slow, like some signs to go like maybe 5 miles an hour or something like that over here, if even that. I think that might actually work quite well. Also, yeah, the fact that this is a 10-meter baseboard is really not doing us any favors here. If only I hadn't forgotten to upgrade it, and now that I've already done the texture work, I don't really want to upgrade it anymore. Okay, well... right, actually, you know what? You know what? I'll quickly put these things on so that I don't forget. Looks so good though. 3 miles per hour limit. Oh, I didn't know we were making roller coasters over here. Well, see, you learn something new. You learn something new. Woof, meow, moo, moo. Hey-ho. They don't call it Beans Pill Siding for nothing. Beans Pill Siding. Lovely name. That doesn't look quite right, and unfortunately I can't really change that. Unless I added a spline point there and then changed it. Like that. Beans Poseidon. Mitoana? There is an oncoming train. We're gonna put you in the hole. Has a different meaning on the Milton Valley. They mean quite literally. Yeah. Gulp. Actually, do I have a 3 mile per hour sign? I've got 30 mile an hour signs, but I don't think that's what's needed. Actually, what is this sign? I know that it says open crossing. It's a UK sign from open crossing thing, but that actually might fit quite well here as well. Maybe like that, and then I could put an invisible speed sign next to it. Maybe without the space. I tried it without the space. And then I think, what was it, 25 going the other way? Or did I not set that yet? A UK one? Well, it is a UK sign, but I think it can be repurposed for this. It doesn't have to be UK just because the assets for that. I think it fits quite well here. Skull and crossbones and a 5? Yikes. Yes, exactly. Oh, all right. I need to get a thumbnail, and then we'll end. I mean, it is quite tempting. Oop, that's the wrong button. One moment. It's command. Keep forgetting about that. Keep forgetting about that. It's quite tempting to have it like that, but put it at the end of the siding. Text. Maybe put it at the end of the siding, not in the middle. At the other end. Oh, I thought I wanted to have it just where that section begins, like the dangerous section. But if you think it would be better to have it at all the way at the other end, then sure. It might take a while to drive along the siding then, in that case. Maybe paint the forest texture down there and then end? Nah, what do you mean where, down where? Maybe do the entire siding. Okay, I didn't know. I mean the thing I mentioned before up to you, though, of course. Okay, in that case, I'm not going to do that at the moment. Some road crew working on the damage would be great, would be neat. Yes, but that is a thing that I want to add, will add in sessions. Like, so that the road crew isn't always there. Because I think that would be better. Not sure if that will be the thumbnail. One moment, which is the faster one? Is it command? Which one makes it go faster? Yeah, it's command. Okay. I love how this area looks. Change the time of day? I don't know. I quite like that thumbnail, well, that picture, that screenshot, as it was. But maybe up here might be better, although it doesn't look like that much progress up here. Wasn't it Alt? No, it used to be Control, but now that it's Command, because it looks like they just put everything that used Control onto Command, even though that's not always right. For example, Command Space doesn't work for hiding the UI because on Mac, Command Space is already taken by the operating system. Stack of tires and section of rail that have been dropped off in prep for repairs. Yeah, but that's... We've already gone over time quite a bit. I think we can do that next time. Bakery. Screenshot of the bakery. The breadery. Breadery. Yeah, but it just looks a bit empty still. Maybe something down here. Maybe like that. So maybe if I go down a bit more. Can't go down a bit more. Wasn't too serious with breadery. Although maybe like that with the mountains in the background. Actually, that might be a good thumbnail. You wouldn't think it's for flower though. Why not? The pictures that I saw looked very much like the way it looks now. Here. Add a few trees of safety, just in case. And tell you what, just so I don't forget. Let's put some old ties down by the siding. Or some old tracks and ties down there. Well, some new ones, actually. Just so that I don't forget. Though, where would you put them? Probably here, actually. And then there's a storm, and then the next morning you find them all the way down there. Caught in the log flume. Oh no. Like that. Down by the railroad tracks. Ah, yes. There we go. Fuel summit, you think? So liquid fuel summit. Yeah. The flowers shipped from the flowery? Yes, of course. Now you're getting the hang of it. Okay, so with that, the stream will be archived on YouTube as usual. And thank you all very much for watching. Good night. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Not enough coach yardery. Yes.